Hello, ladies and gentlemen who are SMSAlaska subscribers. Today's video is going to be about landing pages, or mobile flyers as most people call them. Now, the advantage of mobile flyers is that you can put a lot more information on them as well as pictures. Now, for the Anchorage area, there are MMS credits that are available, but they don't work on GCI phones. So using landing pages makes sure that all of your customers can get the color graphics and your text, as well as a landing page will allow you to put as much information as you want on there, where you know that for every 160 characters that equals one page, and that one page equals one credit. So if you send 100 people a 2-page message, you just use 200 credits, where you can send 100 people a 1-page message with a link to your landing page, and that landing page can be a mile long virtually. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the Post29 account as an example for today. Now, when the account comes up, you have this getting started mobile marketing video. So this is a good thing to look at least once or twice, and you're only going to see this if you bring it up on a laptop or a desktop, because if you bring this up on a phone or a tablet sometimes, but generally a phone, you're going to just see the initial screen that shows you the text box where you can text and some of the mobile coupons. But if you want to get to the full featured screen, you have to use it on a laptop or a desktop. Now, on a tablet, you'll have a link at the bottom of the screen that says go to full screen or go to full console, and that will bring you to this area, because it's only here where you'll be able to see all of your features, including the landing page. Now, if you notice these triangles next to each feature, those are videos. So here is the sample video for landing pages if you just want to see what the system says about them and see another example or another way of explaining them. So hopefully what I do for you today will work. Now, if you're sending out messages, you can actually create your landing page and send from here without going to the text messages. Similar experience, except that you get a chance to use graphics. So let's go in here to the landing pages, and you see where it says create new. If there were any templates available, then you could create from a template that you create or that are created by myself or the system. Today we're going to create a new one. And what you're seeing here is the web page wizard. Now, along the side here are all the tools you can use to make your landing page. So here's what we got going on. You can create text boxes, then you can put your pictures in there. If you had a link to another website or something, if you wanted to collect an email address, this just puts a line in the graphic. A V card is basically your address card, name, phone number, information. This is actually a map to your location, and this will allow you to put a coupon into the landing page, but the coupon must be created first, and I'll have another video to show you how to create coupons. Then you can include them here. This also allows you to add a video, so you can send out a message with a landing page that also has a video on it. So there's a lot you can do with landing pages. So let's just say we're going to create a text box. Okay. And then we're going to put in here Post29 Catfish Wednesday. This tells you whether the text is centered. This is the font you use, and this is the size. Bold, underline, bold, italics, underline. So I always click on bold. Make this about 4 to start with, then I can click on the refresh button. Okay, so I can make this actually a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so then I'd put a line, and then you can make the line any size you want, or you could actually create a blank space if you just didn't want to put a line. So I like to make the lines number 2. All right, and then what you could do is add an image. Now, this is where you want to use a computer or a laptop or desktop, because you want to go and find an image. Most of the time you're not going to be able to do this on a phone. So since this is an American Legion example, I believe I do have some graphics in the Post 29 folder. So let's see what I got here. And even though this is a catfish message, I may end up having to use a chicken dinner picture because I'm not sure if I have a catfish picture in here. So let's just use this for the sake of moving on. And the picture's there, so I'm going to change this to Chicken Wednesday. And as you notice here, the maximum width of the graphic can be 300 pixels across, but it can be any length down. So now if we refresh here, you got your Chicken Wednesday, and then there's the chicken right there. What I would do is, if you don't want the text bump right up against the picture, come to line, select blank, make this 2. Okay, now add your text. So hopefully you're seeing that the landing page or mobile flyer is built, stacking layers one on top of the other. Okay, so and I'm not certain about these prices, but I'm just going to make something up for the example. So as you can see, then make this bold, make this about 4, click on the refresh button. Hot Wings 10, Quench Game Hens 12. If you don't want that to be centered and you want it to be aligned left, then you can do that. Now you can see this here blank made a space between. Now if I want to tighten that up some, I can make it a 1 here, and now it's closer to. So you can continue putting as much text as you want in this box. Then I would add another real line to make this number 2. So there's a line there. Then you could talk about Friday, which would be steak night. And make it, and you can also change the font if you like. Make it bold. And there's your Friday night steak night. I don't like that font. And you can make night the standard spelling for party nights. Friday night steak night. And let's make it even. I like to make the text expand to the ends of the line if possible. See, so that looks a lot stronger and bolder. Okay, so the process excuse me, the process continues from here. So let's see, now I'm going to add an image because you don't want to advertise steak night and then not have a steak on the screen. So let's see, do I have a steak graphic? There it is, right there. And see, this is a steak coupon graphic. So if I had a coupon, I'd stick that one on there. There's also the Sunday brunch if you want to use that. These graphics are on my computer, so you'd have to secure your own, which isn't hard because a lot of these graphics, the food graphics came from Google. This one I actually made myself. So now that that steak graphic is there, refresh up here, and there's the steak dinner. Looks good. Then you can come back and get some text. Now notice I didn't put a line in between, so you can see what happens when you don't. I always like to check the bold. I think there's 17. And then under here you can put the fixins. and hook it up whatever way you think is necessary for the stuff that you're selling. And see, so you can, it might be a little big. We can make down to 5. Okay, and see, there's no space in between. So you decide, okay, well, let me put a little bit of space there. You can come back over here to line. Now actually, see, that line is underneath, so you want to make it above the stake. So you just click this arrow here. See, they shift spaces. Now the line is there. I always like to make these lines number 2 so you can see them. So there's the there's how that works. Now, if you're sending this out to people that may or may not know where you are, I'd also put a line under there. Actually, I make this a number 3 because then it says that this is the end of the menu stuff and you're going on to something new, which would be a map. So you can put a text box and make this number 5. Post 29 location. I can go 6. To make it italics just to add a little bit of highlight. Okay. And then the map. Now, I don't know what the post 29 address is, so just give me a second to look it up. Okay, so I got the address. So now I'm going to click on the map button. And here is the map. So let me break this address down. There's the address. And put this part in the address part. And then the city. And the state. You want to type out the whole state, that's my opinion. And the zip code. Gotta select a country because this service is available all over the world. This particular service that I have here that you're a part of is good in all 50 states and Canada. So you got real coverage, y'all. Alright, so let's see. Click on that and looky there. This is a real Google map. And then when you show this on your phone, you can zoom in to this location here and it'll show you, the map, along with the driving directions and everything else. So this is a full featured map. So let me go back. So let me run this again. There you go. There's the map and everything. Now if you had a coupon, and I don't think I have any coupons in the system, you could click on here and add a coupon. If you're gonna give if people bought 2 dinners, they can get a free slice of pie or something like that. I think there's some coupon videos in my channel, so when you after you view this video, if you click on the channel that says SMSAlaska, you might see a video in there about how to create a coupon. If you have a video that you want to add, if you are having some kind of talent there, or like the that Irish band that comes, or whatever, then you can put a video right here where they can click on the video link and see that. Now these buttons here are for the opt-in forms. Now sometimes it's a good idea to put a form on there because somebody else might be looking at this message on a member's or guest phone and say, hey, how do you get that message? They can actually have that person type their phone number in there, and that would include them on the list. But I'm not going to go there today. So here's a decent flyer. This is not the limit of it. You can continue to go on and on and on. And remember, if you want to reposition where some of this stuff is, you can just use these arrows. If you want to put this text box above this line here, then you can shift it up like that, and you refresh, there it is. Well, I like to have it below, so there it is right there. And let's see, steak dinner, we want to change that. Let's bring it back, there we go. Let's make it Georgia bold. So you can move stuff around. Post 29. Let's make that 6 again. Not sure why that changed, unless I clicked on something wrong. But as you can see, it doesn't take a lot to modify this stuff. It's just a matter of going back and forth and keep adjusting it until you get it right. Let's make this line a 2. And then I'd add a line underneath the map. And there you have it. And then you still have plenty of room to add additional features here. Now, if you build this thing, you say, well, to hell with it, you don't like it, you can cancel and come back and just start again. Or you can click on these X's and delete the sections you don't like, or you can go back in and change the text, so you have a lot of versatility. So once you've got it done the way you like, you can click on next, and then this is the page title. So when you're looking at this in the list, you will know what this is. So we're going to call this one the Wednesday Friday menu. Okay, and I call it 01 because you may have different stuff. And then this select a keyword. See, these are some available keywords in the system that aren't being used for anything else. Now, if you wanted a person to just text a keyword to get this flyer only that's not on your list, then you can choose one of these keywords and they could type in like DV22 and they would get this list on their phone, even if they're not getting your texts right now. That's why it would be a good idea to have that opt-in form, because if you had a poster that says, if you want our latest menu, text DV22, then they could get this menu and have an opportunity to join your list all at the same time. This auto response would just tell them, thank you for texting the Post 29 or the Moose Lodge or the whatever your company name or business name is, menu list for Wednesday and Friday, and that information will be here. So see, I never assume they know where I'm typing from. So and then the message here is limited because you got to leave room for the text that's going to say, click this link. Okay, now, sometimes you want these landing pages to only last as long as the offer lasts. So since this was created on September 14th, the start date is going to be the 14th of September, and this is going to last a whole year. You don't want that. So you can change this to maybe October 1st. How's that? And then change this to 16. So this will last 3 weeks almost. Okay, so once you do that, just scroll down here, click on finish, And there you have it. So now you have the Wednesday, Friday menu, has an ID on it. Here's the keyword associated with it, date created, and this is the date that I actually made it, like right now. Here's the start date that it's effective. That's the date that it's going to stop working. And then this is the link that's going to go into the message that you send out. Now, from here, if you want to send this out to your list, you click on Send Page, and you get a dialog box similar to the sending a regular text message. But as you can see here, you have this message and the link. Now, the other message we just typed in would be if somebody just put in 71441 and then put in DV22, they would get that message I just typed in there. Now, if you normally send out messages, what you'd want to do is come to the beginning of where it says to view, type in to identify yourself, and then can't spell today. Okay, as you can see, we have a limit because you have to have this to view page, click here, and the link space, and it only gives you 160 characters on this screen. So let's see. I'm going to say okay, that looks pretty good. Then you check off the list, or you can check them all, and then send it out. And I believe if you check the Facebook wall post, it will also go out there as well. Now, this is if you had created a landing, a opt-in form on the landing page, then they would become a part of the American Legion main list. Or if this was for bartenders and you were sending out a landing page that had all their schedules on it, then you would send this, you would set this up for the bartenders so that they could get it. They could get on that list, you know. So there's a bunch of different features, but generally what you would do with this list is you target people that you want on your main list if you had an opt-in form on your landing page. Here you're going to be sending out to your auxiliary, to the bartenders list, and to the main list. If you didn't want to send it out to anyone but just the main list, then you just check that one. You might also want to send out to your bartenders so they would at least know what activities are going on so they can be prepared. Let me change that up there. And I'm not sure if there's anybody on the auxiliary list yet, but I would encourage the auxiliary people to start getting their folks on this list so that you can increase your coverage. And the Wii Bowling signups, this might be something you might want to delete because I don't think there's anybody on that list right now. Once you've done that, then you can click on Send Now or set up the scheduling, and you're pretty much done. So the harder part was getting the landing page built. So you can also preview your page, And this is what it would actually look like on the phone. So looks pretty good to me. I'll close that. Now I'm just gonna cancel this. I'm not gonna send it, but if you're ready to send this, either send it immediately or scheduled, here's where you would go, right there. Now something else I'll bring to your attention, when you go back to the main console, when you schedule something, it goes in here, schedule task. So anything that was scheduled would be here. Now since it's a landing page, if you had scheduled it for later sending, it would be here. Here's where you'd come in here to delete it if you didn't want it anymore. The same thing with messages. If you batch up some messages and then you decide that that thing is not going to happen, or there's been some changes, you'd come in here under schedule task and get rid of it. Okay, so schedule task. So today's lesson was on landing pages. You do have a video there that tells you about that. And if you schedule a text message or a landing page or any of the other features that you saw polling there, then you can go into schedule task and delete it. Now something else too, I wouldn't, well, this depends on how you look at it, but see this inbox, people can actually text you back now. Okay, so if they text you back after they get your message, then their messages are in here. Now how you handle that is up to you, but you know that if you're sending back messages to them through this, then you're burning credits, so keep that in mind. But if you sent out a text message or a landing page with a question on it that you expected people to respond to, then yeah, they can send back a response. But I would try to get their email address or phone number and call them back on it, because you don't want to be getting involved in these two-way conversations and burning up credits like that. Really, you know, the system is, I just sell people the system as a one-way, because stuff like this you should be doing in email or doing it personally. But I just want to let you know what this is for, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this video will do you some good. This is how you send out landing pages. Remember that video is there. When you click on landing pages, if you've made one, it's sitting right here. If you wanted to make a copy of it because you only had a couple of things that's changing, you could do that there and then just edit the copy by clicking on this pencil here. Or if you just wanted to just change the one you made, you can just come back in here and just make some changes and then click next and then go on and save it, and then you're good. Okay? So enjoy SMS Alaska, ladies and gentlemen.